The New Britannia Theatre Troupe presents Conversations in PaxLair. Written by Wombi. Produced and directed by Asclepius. Music Supervisor and Director of Public Relations, Amber Rain. Stage Manager and Technical Director, Sir Style Teckle. Voice Cast: Dr. Shroud as Harry, Lord Baldrith as Fred, Lady Adnor as Citizen 1, Asclepius as Citizen 2, Cordeline Valcaris as Guard, Sophie as Christine, Jinx as Oracle Agent, Amber Rain as Sarah.
Fresh fish, get your fresh fish here. Caught this morning in Spindrift Bay. Look into their eyes and see how fresh they are. You, madam. One glance at your impressive attire tells me that you have exquisite taste. It is so refreshing to encounter a person of such refinement. Only one such as yourself could possibly have a palate sufficiently refined to appreciate the delicate flavours of my exclusive produce. Take these extremely rare wobbegong fillets, for example, caught fresh this morning.
I'm not familiar with wobbegong. What breed of fish is that?
I'm not surprised that you have not heard of it, madam, for it is an extremely rare delicacy, and dangerous to capture. This very catch took the lives of 2 fishermen. Naturally, when I heard of this, I immediately brought the catch and notified a certain gentleman who lives on a hill not far from here. Professional discretion, of course, prevents me from revealing his name, but he has a standing order for any items of exceptional rarity and taste that I secure. He will be serving wobbegong as the main course at his banquet this evening. Fortunately for you, I kept 4 fillets with the intention of surprising my wife. Sadly, she was unexpectedly called away to tend to her sick mother. I am therefore prepared to part with them for a mere 500 gold apiece. That is considerably less than I received from a certain gentleman whose name I cannot mention, but you impress me and I am prepared to let him go at cost.
Well, I do feel like I deserve something a little special. All right, I will take your remaining fillets.
Where was I? Oh yes. So anyhow, there I was, hiding in the wardrobe, hurriedly putting on my pants, when Dagnar comes racing up the stairs and bursts into the room, accusing his wife of infidelity. I can hear him noisily searching everywhere while he berates his wife, so I open the wardrobe door and wave to him. While he's standing there looking half furious, half confused, I say, "Ah, thank goodness you've arrived. The Oracle has an important job for you."
You certainly like to live dangerously, Fred. What happened next?
Well, fortunately, Dagnar's curiosity overcame his anger, and rather than attacking me, he paused, saying, "What is the meaning of this? You have 5 seconds to explain yourself before I turn you into sausage meat." Good morning, sir. Can I interest you in the freshest produce in the entire Vale? Just this morning we received a rare, limited shipment of these incredible new Doric seeds, which are selling fast. I suggest you act quickly if you don't want to miss out.
What's a Doric?
You haven't heard? The plant they grow into produces incredible fruit. They are unlike anything you've ever tried before, and they keep for ages. An ideal snack at more refined parties, or they can be used as a nutritious, lightweight provision on long journeys.
Can you show me their fruit?
If only I could. Sadly, the fruit are always sold out within minutes of obtaining a new supply. If someone were to plant and harvest these, I would pay good money for a steady supply. I would do it myself, but sadly I do not own land.
How much for your entire collection of seeds?
The entire collection? Well, I guess I could let him go for 1,000 gold, but I would be very reluctant to do so. I would need a guarantee that I would get first refusal on the purchase of any fruit that they produce.
Yeah, that seems fair. Agreed. Here you go.
So, what happened next?
Well, as you know, Dagnar is not the sharpest tool in the shed, so I turned to him and said, "What I am about to tell you is top secret information, and I can only reveal it if you agree to assist the Oracle in an operation of the utmost secrecy and importance." Naturally, he wasn't about to turn down what he thought was a direct request from the Oracle, so he nodded in acquiescence. I then asked if he agreed to serve the Oracle faithfully and without question, and never to reveal anything that he learned in her service. Dagnar replied, "I do," at which point I told him that the occupant of the row house next door was a member of a banned obsidian group, and was no doubt plotting an insurrection. I told him that I was one of 2 operatives that the Oracle intended to place in row houses on either side of the subject's home, and that Dagnar's wardrobe was ideally placed to enable me to observe him. Naturally, I would need access to the wardrobe during the day so that I could observe the subject using a small hole drilled through the wall. I added that the Oracle would look favorably on him for providing assistance in this matter.
He bought it?
Hook, line, and sinker. To this day, I regularly visit his wife while he is away at work and provide him with frequent updates on the progress of the evil obsidian plot. Speaking of evil plots, Harry, did you ever discover why the house next door to yours is haunted?
Indeed, a rather odd tale it is. As you know, the sounds from that house have been keeping me up for weeks. Since it is at the end of the street and thus has no other neighbours, I have been the only one to suffer. Getting a local guard to take an interest proved fruitless, so I decided to investigate on my own.
And to think, only a few minutes ago you accused me of living dangerously. Go on.
Well, since the house has been unoccupied for years, I figured the chances of the owner turning up were minimal, and forced the window to gain entry. The front room was pitch dark, and I dared not use a light spell for fear of attracting a passing guard. Fortunately, all these row houses share an identical layout, so I began to slowly feel my way up the stairs. It was at that moment that I heard an eerie sound that had woken me every night for weeks, coming from the top floor. Greetings, citizen. How may I help you this fine day? I have only the freshest fish for sale, caught this morning in Spindrift Bay. Look into their eyes and see how fresh they are.
Is this the one?
Yes, that's him. He used to have a stall in Owl's Head till he was chased out of town. This is the evil snake who promised to marry my daughter and then skip town with the dowry.
What do you have to say for yourself, citizen?
Roland. I love my identical twin brother dearly, but he leads a troubled life. I have tried many times to place him on the right path, but I fear that we are destined to be complete opposites. Why, only last week, as I was donating food to the poor, I thought of him. I wondered if there was not some way that I had overlooked, whereby I could have steered him towards the path of virtue.
Ha! What a preposterous tale. Only an idiot would believe you have an identical twin brother. There is no doubting that you are the despicable cad who broke the heart of my poor, weeping daughter. It's a tragedy that in this so-called enlightened metropolis, being the rear end of a kobold is not a capital offense.
I have an identical twin brother. He is a great disappointment to the family.
Please believe me, lady, when I tell you how mortified I am that your poor daughter has been yet another victim of my despicable brother. Much as it pains me to say this, I really hope that he can be caught and punished before he brings more misery to this world.
I know how you feel. My brother Reginald has done untold damage to our family name. Please, let me know if you hear of Roland's whereabouts.
What? You believed that drivel? Come back and arrest the lying scoundrel!
I believe you were ascending the stairs. Please continue.
Indeed. After cautiously inching my way up the stairs, I eventually reached the top floor. With each step, the sound had been growing louder, but as I reached the top of the stairs, it suddenly stopped. The door to the front room was open, and a thin shaft of moonlight forced its way through a dirty broken window, allowing me to barely discern some vague shapes. I tiptoed towards the room from whence I was certain the sound had come. Reaching the door, I peered inside. In the far corner of the room, I could see a dark, huddled shape with a single glowing eye. Gathering my courage, I forced myself to approach that strange beast, and it was then I discovered the true nature of my nightly tormentor.
Go on.
It was an 8-volt vibration amplifier sitting on the bedside table. A small rodent had taken up residence inside, and its nocturnal ventures occasionally switched the device on or off. Since it was not turned to a station, the result was a strange hissing sound that had been waking me up at night.
Great story, Harry. Terrific climax. Now I know how your wife feels. Anyhow, there goes the sun. Shall we pack up and adjourn to Wodie's?
Of course! Why should today be any different from every other day?
The Oracle needs a report, Agent Sarah.
As directed, I have observed the behavior of Fred and Harry. It appears that Fred has been spreading misinformation about the Oracle, and I overheard him mention an obsidian plot. Harry has been breaking and entering houses in PaxLair.
Excellent work, Agent Sarah. I think they both warrant closer scrutiny. They may very well be instigators of a serious plot against the Oracle. Commencing tomorrow, Agents McQuaid and Walker will begin around-the-clock surveillance. Rest assured that if these two turn out to be Obsidian agents, they will both be taken care of.